Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to episode number 23 of Beaver vs. Ivy. I'm your co-host, Sanger Saw, brought to you with the best co-host in all of the land, Mr. Jackson Gross. Jackson, it's Monday. Actually, no, it's not. It's Wednesday. It's the day before opening day. How are we doing? I went to autopilot. My bad. Anyway.
You're good. If you could tell, the vibes are absolutely immaculate.
The lights are too bright.
The lights of opening day are too bright.
They're too bright.
And so that's why we got the shades on. We're ready. The vibes are great. Baseball is finally back, even though there was the Soul Series a week or so ago.
We don't count that.
This is real baseball. This is real baseball. This is the real opening. I'm excited. Things outside of it have been great. I got to go to the last two Milwaukee Bucks games to cover their game against the Nets and the Thunder. So that was a lot of fun. Marquette's in the Sweet 16. What's that?
You got to see J-Dub. I'm jealous.
I got to see J-Dub. That's my boy. I walked past Shea and Josh Giddey.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have
a joke for Josh Giddey, but I'm not going to say it.
We can't say that. We're redacted. We can't say that.
Joke redacted.
Joke redacted. You can't say it.
Marquette is in the Sweet 16 for the first time in 11 years. Awesome with that. And then also personally, I got my first newer car. It's a 2019 Ford Fusion Hybrid.
You have a car and you didn't bother to mention that to me at all?
Dude, I have been going nonstop since Thursday. I had my tutoring job on Thursday and Friday. I drove down to Milwaukee on Thursday night, drove down on Sunday night, had to work opening shift on Monday at Walgreens. I worked yesterday at Walgreens.
Working boy. We love it.
Been busy and doing a whole bunch of different stuff, but baseball vibes are immaculate. I got to show 23 for the occasion. Just to get back
Not
on that.
24, but 23. It
was $30. It was $30.
You got to take it. That is a deal. That is a deal.
Exactly. But that's enough about me and what's going on with me. What's going on with you, Sai? How are you, my boy?
How am I? We're going. That's the best way we're gonna put it. We're going. Neither of my teams made the NCAA tournament basketball wise. But my team did make the NIT tournament, and we did get to host a first-round game against a former rival. So I got to witness my first postseason basketball, which was insane. The energy was crazy. I can confirm Sister Jean is a real human being. I've been in her presence, and it's kind of crazy. I did not realize, I knew about her.
You knew the legend.
I knew the legend, but the legend is real. Seen her with my own eyes. Yeah, that was kind of cool. But life's going. Been a busy week. Was supposed to start my first day of my new job yesterday, but it got rained out, so I didn't, which kind of sucks. But that's okay. The weather in Illinois it's very bipolar right now, and I don't like it. Mm-hmm. But we're good. Got a busy day tomorrow. I'm interviewing my college president tomorrow. You also have a dentist appointment for the first time in 2 years tomorrow, so I'm a little intimidated by that because I'm hoping for no cavities. Because if I gotta get a cavity filled, I'm gonna be mad. But no, we're good. We're good. We got baseball to talk about, and hopefully a guest will be joining us at some point down the line.
Fingers crossed.
Who knows? Fingers crossed.
Yeah. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. It's finally here. Opening day is tomorrow. With the first game, there's going to be 15 total games. Obviously, every MLB team is playing. The first one is a 12:10 Central Time start between the Mets and the Brewers in New York City. Just give your thoughts of just finally, after what seemed like the longest offseason we have ever experienced in baseball, to actually have games that count.
Well, it's good. It's great. You really do love to see it. And this offseason was really boring. I hate to break it to you. Stuff happened. Juan Soto got traded. That was a big deal. But the last big name free agent got signed last night.
Yeah.
Opening day is tomorrow. You just can't have that. Scott Boris, can I have your job, please? Like, you're a fraud, respectfully. But we're here. You just love to see it. If it's anything like how last year was, it's gonna be a good year of baseball. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'm just beyond excited. Like it just felt like the offseason was a slog because after Otani signed, because what he signed in like January, right? Or
Like
like
December, January, like early.
there was basically nothing after that. He did get Cody Bellinger until I think late February, early March.
Yeah.
And then Blake Snell was in March. JD Martinez was in March. Jordan Montgomery
Jordan Montgomery was last
yesterday,
night.
which we'll get into. But yeah, I just last year with like the Cubs turnaround in like the middle of July, like kind of reinvigorated my love for baseball. And even though I do have some concerns about this Cubs team, and I'm sure you have concerns about the Cardinals
so much.
Opening day, it's like you're a kid on Christmas. Like you get to open this new thing up. There's so much excitement and like I don't catch a ton of games like after opening day just because life and all that kind of stuff.
Same.
But I like the last 2 or 3 years, I've always made sure to at least watch opening day, and especially last year because the Cubs had
I don't
the
even know where I'm
Brewers
gonna
in
watch
Chicago. So
I don't even know where I'm gonna watch opening day. Like I'm gonna have to figure out like a streaming service that I have that will allow me to watch any sort of baseball. Or yeah, I'll do what I have done in previous years is you know how the MLB YouTube channel, like we'll post a recap every game.
yeah,
I'm prone to when baseball season starts. I watch every recap of every game. That's how I know my names and like get my info in. Like, yeah.
damn. Okay.
But we're just hoping. We're hoping and praying that a good Lord allows me to watch at least 10 Cardinals games. I just want to watch this team because man, if I can, if I'm gonna start live tweeting. I'm gonna get angry so quick, so quick. It's the reason why I'm not repping the Cardinals all the time. Repping Cooperstown, and I'm repping the Jeffersonville Jumbo Shrimp. We're not even repping the team today. I thought about it, but they're all injured right now, and I just can't do that. Rioting.
Yeah, it's tough scenes for the Cardinals right now in terms of the injury front. But let's keep the positive vibes going. What's your favorite opening day matchup / like opening series? Like just like what's your favorite? Like you could there be most interesting, like just what are you looking forward to the most?
I didn't have an answer 5 minutes ago, but I have an answer now. It's Braves Phillies. The two got into the NL East starting out the year. Strider versus Wheeler on the mound, game 1. You can't get better than that. Those are two of the NL Cy Young favorites going right at it right away. And with the Braves being the Braves and just trading off whoever they want and signing whoever they want, and then the Phillies really keeping that like the same squad that they had last year for the most part. So they didn't really bring in nobody.
Merrifield.
Yeah, but
yeah, I'm just saying he's not like a major addition, but he is an addition.
Like that's a utility man that'll get his run, if that's the word I want to use. But just those are two NL East favorites. I mean, it's the Braves division will lose, but if the Braves would lose the division to somebody, it's the Phillies. And then with the postseason experience they both had the past 2 years and the classics that they've had, like you get to start out watching that. Yeah, no. Even as a Cardinals fan, like if I could find a way to come to that series, I'm tuning in.
Oh yeah,
just hoping for Ronald mic'd up one of the 3 games. Just mic up Ronald, please.
Yeah, just make sure not to throw an inside pitch to Acuna because otherwise he'll think you tried to murder him or something. Even if it's like a changeup inside that goes like 70 miles an hour. Like, just don't do that. Just don't do that. And I like this one too, just because like these teams like actively like hate each other.
Oh, so bad.
Which is awesome. I love yes, like I understand that the sports in general have changed where guys are a lot more friendlier with each other, but when you get those rivalries where teams and players like actively hate each other, it's incredible. Like even a few years ago with like Yu Darvish beefing with Christian Yelich, the Cubs and
Forgot
Brewers
about that.
was so hilarious. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that series. But while I agree that's probably the most interesting, I would have to say my favorite, just from a what this could mean down the line in the season,
Mhm.
excuse me, is the San Francisco Giants on the road against the San Diego Padres.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
both of those teams, the entire NL West, especially.
No, fourth is the NL West. Colorado Rockies don't exist.
Okay, the actual teams in the NL West
Thank you.
was a nuclear arms race this year. Like, honestly, it's a good thing. Like, it's a good year. The thing the Rockies didn't add anybody like significant this year, like outside Dakota Hudson. Like,
And Jacob Stallings. Come on now.
my
Come on
bad, Jacob Stallings. My bad. But
Pirates,
seriously,
Pirates legend himself. Come on.
but seriously, like between the Dodgers and their thermonuclear offseason, you had what the Diamondbacks were able to do, and then late in the offseason with the Padres and the Giants adding Blake Snell, Jorge Soler, and Matt Chapman, Dylan Cease. That was the big one I can remember for the Padres. Obviously, they let go of
Trading away
Soto,
Juan Soto for Michael King.
get Michael King and a whole bunch of prospects, which some of the prospects they used to get Dylan Cease.
Yep.
Like Woo-Suk Go in the bullpen to replace Josh Hader. Like there, like so many, but I think
Mike
we all
Schultz,
agree.
Mike Schultz, their manager, though. You got to remember
That's
that.
true.
The Padres have Mike Schultz, their manager. They're not going to perform. I'm telling y'all now.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that. Just with me, because obviously we all agree it's going to be Dodgers and Diamondbacks battling it out for the division at 1 and 2. But that 3 and 4 will, whoever gets that third spot is probably going to be that next wild card team. And who knows? Maybe all 4 out of the 5 from the NL West will make the playoffs.
Don't say that. Don't say that. It's not happening. Don't say that.
So yeah, but I'm really excited for that. And with now, we finally like to bring in our special guest. We wanted to bring him in. It's been a while since we brought him in. I want to get his thoughts on a whole bunch of things, including what me and Cy were just talking about. We got my fellow TDT Cubs beat media writer. That was a whole bunch of weird words.
Get that flag out of here.
It's our Mr. Brayden Conrad. Brayden, absolutely goated setup. How are you, my guy?
Guys, I'm really good. I apologize about the absence. I forgot that there is a time difference between the West Coast and Central Time. So that's on me. My fault. But I'm here. I'm more ready than ever. More ready to talk trash to Cy.
Yeah.
This is the reason why I'm not wearing my Cardinals gear.
Right. Okay. Well, come on. Someone didn't come prepared.
Nah, I chose not to.
Yes,
I chose not to. Okay, whatever. Not the point. Talk about your gross stuff, Cub stuff.
But anyway, Brayden, I don't know how much you caught of me and Cy's last conversation. Like, just first give us your thoughts on like opening day and like baseball like finally being back, and then what is like your favorite matchup of this opening series for all 30 MLB teams?
Well, first of all, finally, spring train. I feel like spring training it takes so long. It's so fun to be like, man, you got all 30 teams back at it again at the end of February. But it's just like, especially like this offseason too, with all the big name players, all the Scott Boras henchmen taking forever to sign. Finally, opening day is here. Is it bad to say that my favorite matchup is kind of like the Cubs and the Rangers? I know it's kind of biased, but you have the defending champ, the Rangers, trying to defend their title, and then you have the Cubs coming in, missing the playoffs literally by a game, re-signing Bellinger, signing Imanaga. I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about it. But, I mean, I'm biased. That's my favorite matchup.
Yeah, no, I don't like personally for me as a totally non-biased person who's totally not wearing a Cubs hat and a Jake Arrieta jersey. I think that's a fine pick. But on the real, it's a good matchup.
Professor.
There you go.
Ugh.
It's a good matchup. There's a lot of interest. The Cubs are one of the betting favorites to win the NL Central. So you got two potential division winners going at it, and obviously with the Rangers and them winning the World Series last year, I think it's a fair thing to pick.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see. Could not agree more, Jack. Could not agree more.
That's a fact.
Like, he was trying to get his clients like nearly $1 billion and didn't even get half a billion. So
he got the bag, though. I'm sure he got the bag.
Well, 100%, no doubt.
For sure. But before we kind of move on and keep talking about our respective teams and kind of giving our mini previews, we have some late breaking free agency news to talk about. I'll let Cy take this one because make sure to read his article on TDT.com, ThirdDownThursdays.com. It's Jordan Montgomery finally finding a new home. Cy, the floor is yours.
Jordan Montgomery is Arizona Diamondbacks. And if you asked me literally 24 hours ago this is going to happen, I would have said you're crazy. But the World Series champion is going to a team that he defeated in the Arizona Diamondbacks for a 1 year, $25 million deal with a vesting option to be 2 years, $50 million roughly. And it's honestly, when you really break it down, look at it, it's a really good signing. It's a year. It's a World Series champion. He pitched a 3.2 ERA roughly. And this rotation stacked. You now have a rotation of Zach Gallen as your 1, Jordan Montgomery as your 2, Eduardo Rodriguez, who they brought in earlier in the year, as your 3, Merrill Kelly. Yeah. Now he's in Arizona instead. Hate to have a poverty team. But anyways, Merrill Kelly is now your 4, and Brendan Pfaadt, the rookie, is now your 5, with depth pieces of Ryan Nelson and Tommy Henry, who are both young and pretty good, just waiting in case injuries happen. So with how good the NL West is, with how good the Dodgers are going to be, with the sneaky offensive weapons that the Giants and the Padres have, and the Rockies just kind of exist, but you still have to play in cores, so I guess that's kind of a challenge. It's good. This team can compete with the top. And they already could have, before Jordan Montgomery, but now having Monty and having a World Series winner, someone, your top 3 pitchers in that rotation can all be aces in their respective other rotations, with Merrill Kelly and Brendan Pfaadt, who can be a 2 and 3 in most other rotations. There's depth, they're talented, and this team can compete with the Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani is probably going to have fits with some of these guys. So, I like the signing a lot.
Yeah, Brayden, your thoughts?
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. I was able to catch a little bit of you guys' conversation before I hopped in here. Yesterday, I sent my picks to one of our TDT writers of the top 6 to make the playoffs in the NL, and I have 3 teams from the NL West making it, and I had Arizona as the 6th seed. I mean, this team is adding, and this was before they signed Montgomery. This team is stacked. I mean, you still have Corbin Carroll here. You still have Lourdes Gurriel, who had a really good season last year, and not to mention all the pitchers that they still have. So this NL West, man, it's going to be crazy, including San Diego and LA and San Francisco as well. So, I mean, it could be a toss-up between the 1 position and then the 2, 3, and 4 in their division. I mean, very well come down to game 162 for all of them.
Yeah, I was telling Cy pre-show that it kind of reminded me of the offseason a couple of years ago in the NFL with the AFC West, where the Raiders got Chandler Jones and Devontae Adams, the Chargers got Khalil Mack, the Broncos traded for Russell Wilson. Hopefully for the 3 teams not projected to win the division, that'll turn out better for them. But it was a complete nuclear arms race in the NL West this year. So, and I agree. I had the Diamondbacks as my 4. instead of 6. So I don't know. Just to get this out of the way, because I'm really curious, who did you have ahead of the Diamondbacks if you had them as the 6th seed?
Philly was my first wild card. San Diego was the second wild card, and then Arizona, and then LA, Atlanta, and the Cubs winning the division.
Okay, interesting. Okay. I'm surprised you went with San Diego, but I respect it. I had to ask. It was too big of a thing for me not to ask. But speaking of a former Arizona Diamondback, he is going to break his addiction because JD Martinez signed a 1-year deal worth, I believe it was $10 million with the New York Mets. He said in his opening press conference that he's addicted to the playoffs. Shout out to Twitter for finally being halfway decent for once and giving us some great memes of just everyone saying like, oh, he looks like he's trying to really break his addiction. He's going to playoffs anonymous, if you will. I like where the Mets are at. I think they've built a solid team, but the NL is just, and especially the NL East, is way too good for them to eat. They'll probably miss the playoffs with like a good 5 to 10 games.
100%.
100%. Yeah.
I mean, the offseason that the Mets have had, just casually bringing in JD Martinez, they brought in Harrison Bader. Their pitching staff is. Yeah, they got Jose Quintana starting opening day. Like, just this Mets team it's not
the same Jose Quintana the Cubs traded Eloy Jimenez. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Hey, the same Jose Quintana that the Cardinals brought in for half a season and starting Game 1 of the wild card series against the Phillies.
Yeah, shout out
to I'm with you. Hey, we all got Jose Quintana.
Pirates, Cardinals, Cubs, White Sox legend Jose Quintana.
Oh my god.
Q baby, but nah, this I like that this Mets team is still trying to win, even though they came out and said that they really don't care about this year. They're waiting for 2025. They don't care about what happens this year. But the fact that they're still trying to win, I mean, that's cool. They're gonna win like 78 games, but like, hey, they tried.
Yeah. I think that's the best thing you can say for that.
NL East is just way too tough between Atlanta and Philly. And you can even say that Miami is a toss-up with them as well. So,
and I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think the Nationals might be like the best or like second best, like worst of like last place team in their division. You understand what I'm saying? Like, among the teams that are projected to finish last, they're probably like the best or second best.
I wonder if Dylan Cruz makes it up for them this year if he gets it.
I think it's possible. I think it's possible. I mean, if Wyatt Langford can break the opening roster with the Rangers, then it's probable that Cruz can. But hey, that's like the same thing about Paul Skeens. Paul Skeens starting with the year in AAA for the Pirates. He's bound to be pitching games against the Cubs and Cardinals at some point this year.
Right.
But
yeah, it'll be interesting. We'll see how the Mets do, and I think it's also an attempt to appease Pete Alonso a little bit because I know regardless he will test free agency, but hopefully maybe them adding a few guys and having a halfway decent record. Like, hey, if you come back, we can add some more pieces and compete in 2025. So we'll see how that all pans out. We got 162 examples to see of how that's going to all turn out. So last thing before we get to our first ad break of the episode, this just went through a few hours ago. The Baltimore Orioles have a new owner. David M. Rubenstein's purchase of the Orioles was officially completed for $1.725 billion with a B dollars.
A lot of money
for the Baltimore Orioles. I believe their previous owner, I can't remember his name, but his last name was Angelos. I believe he just passed away not a couple of days ago, so rest in peace to him. But it's officially a new era for the Baltimore Orioles, and I'm sure with how their offseason went, the Orioles fans are a very, very happy bunch.
Yeah, no. If this is a sign for like new things to happen with this team and like for them to go in the right direction of continuing to develop their young players, actually sign them to contracts and actually try to win some things. They haven't truly won something major in years. So it's about time they get out of the cellar that they've been in for the past 10 seasons or so in the AL East. So it's good to see. It sucks that their other previous owner died, but this is a new era, new generation, a new direction for this young and hungry team.
Yeah, the Orioles got a lot of good Camden Yards, one of the better stadiums in the league. And then, like Cy said, they're right on the doorstep of the AL East. So I think maybe my favorite to win. No, probably not. I don't even know who I said yesterday, but Jackson Holliday's there. Corbin Burns is there. Thank you, Jesus, for giving him out of the NL Central. So yeah, good for the Orioles. Happy for them to rebuild their organization and get going.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see just like the Orioles actually, and once again on a competitive stage if things all go to plan this year. But you know what? All these guys are going to need to make sure they're all rested and all good to go and don't have to have any sleepless nights about what they're going to be doing.
What?
They need some good home insurance.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
And when you call our guy Jeff Fortepney at 704-464-4544 or contact him, Jeff at mybebig.org, let him know that Third Down Thursday sent you, Beer versus Ivy sent you, and that myself, Cy, and Brayden are all better than him at Fortnite. Because why not?
Switching it up.
I had to switch it up a little bit. I usually say Call of Duty because that's what Bruce usually said, or MJ usually said. And then I know last week I said MLB The Show since it came out, but I haven't talked a lot about Fortnite recently. So,
Cy, have you started your Diamond Dynasty team?
I don't be playing no more. Like actually,
okay.
Like I'm not a gamer anymore. I'm just not that good at the game. Like I'm like generally like really bad at MLB The Show. Like I played from like 19 to like 22 or 23, and then I just stopped. I was like, I'm washed. I'm not gonna spend the money on it.
I worked a lot of hours at work recently, and so my last paycheck was pretty decent. I was like, I had some free time, so I bought the $100 version. And
I would
you're
expect
crazy.
No, you get extra stuff with $100.
I know, but still,
there's levels to
trust me, I know.
I bet you do.
Every year, I think I'm gonna turn in to one of the bigger. I'm gonna be Cougs 46 or something, or Daddy Dinu. And I don't even know why I thought this year, because between work and school, I'm like, I got freaking 60 hours a week to grind this game. So probably the worst purchase I made all year, but we're here.
You have the game all year. You got time.
Yeah, you got time. Yeah. Although to be fair, I did just buy MLB Show 23 for like $30. So.
I mean, same game. I mean,
it's literally the same game, just different cards.
Right.
Yeah.
And some slight changes from game to game to game. But
yeah, so I'm happy with it. I was grinding last night in between writing the Cubs preview, which should be coming out later today or tomorrow. For
it's actually coming out. Woo!
Me. We'll get into it right now since we're going to be talking about it. Me and Brayden have been going hard. Like it is.
Take the floor.
It is like a dissertation, like compared to like some of the other previews that are come out. It is like a college professor would be very happy.
This preview, like all other previews. innings. Like,
Okay, I bet I'm expecting like a 10-minute read or something at this
Oh,
point. Like,
it's
I would.
like the pitchers might be a good like 5 to 8 minute read on their own. Like,
I went a little hard. I went a little hard in the paint, one would say.
no, you
But-
definitely you saying in some of the group chats. You're just like, I'm like, man, this is a lot. So
Yeah,
I'm ready. I'm not a Cubs fan, but I'm ready to read it.
yeah. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Take the floor.
I'm just gonna go ahead and give a preface for the off season and like what happened with the Cubs, and then Brayden, if you want, just kind of lead in with your predictions, and maybe not. We'll save the bold one for the article, and we need to break that here. But just like one thing that you're really interested about for this year. So a burning question, if you will. So for those for those who haven't been keeping up with the Chicago Cubs, like someone who needs to breathe air, like me and Brayden have. It's been a very interesting offseason, to put it plainly. Weird, just kind of weird, and a little bit underwhelming for what we thought it could be. Obviously, for those who watched Beer versus Ivy back in November, you'll know, like, obviously Craig Counsell got hired by the Cubs in the middle of the show. So that was
And
like,
it's still your pinned tweets.
yes, it is.
It is
Or
still your
wait,
pinned.
no, I think I switched it. I think I
I'm
switched
looking.
it.
Hold on.
I mean, that's top
think-
highlight Beer versus Ivy moment in my
I
opinion.
think
It's
outside of
my
having
version.
It's a great moment.
outside of
Hold on.
having the scout from the Oakland Athletics and having Jake Eisenberg, the
You
broadcaster,
did
for the
change
Royals.
it. You're fake.
Hey, the one I switched it to was my interview with Vince Carter. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Like, what do you expect me to do?
Still fake.
He's a fraud. He's
Okay.
a fraud. He's a
Yeah,
fraud.
no, you're not my real co-host. Get out of here.
Oh my god. Whatever. Anyway,
Hey, easy replacement. Easy replacement.
hey.
Exactly.
Oh my god. That's some hater shit.
You think we got Cam Show? Wait for Rain and I just to have a show together. Oh,
Size
boy.
is trying to budge in so that Jackson doesn't have to say everything the Cubs did this offseason.
all right, my bad. Mouth shut. I'll mute myself.
Okay.
Talk.
Okay.
Talk.
Anyway, so and that's like spiraled into rumors of like could the Cubs trade for Pete Alonso? Could the Cubs trade for Juan Soto? Are they going to sign Shohei Ohtani? Could they be in on Blake Snell? What are the Cubs going to do? It's all but assured that they'll re-sign Cody Bellinger. They might sign Jordan Montgomery. They might sign Matt Chapman. They might go for Josh Hader. It's like, yes, just bring them all to Chicago. Like,
just goes so much over the luxury tax.
yeah, like just spend like $3 billion on a team and just win. That was, I don't think like obviously getting all of them was the expectation, but their expectation to bring in at least one outside big piece. And or even Yoshimbu Yamamoto, who I wanted when I originally wrote my Cubs offseason article. That obviously did not happen. The big fish was bringing back in Cody Bellinger, which was an absolute necessity. And shout out to Jed Hoyer for beating a washed Scott Boras, only getting him for 3 years, $80 million when Bellinger wanted $200 million. But some of the outside additions were really good. Obviously, Shota Imanaga for the rotation to replace Marcus Stroman, which was a necessity. I love Stro, loved his energy, loved his love for the Cubs. But after the second half of last year, it was just not, he was not going to come back. I'm surprised he opted out of his deal to begin with. But shout out to him. Good luck to him on the Yankees. But I'm really excited for Shota Imanaga. Hector Neris for the bullpen. That back end of the bullpen, I'm really excited about. He was fantastic with the Astros last year, had a 1.71 ERA. And then, obviously, the big trade for Michael Busch and Yency Almonte. Yes, they did give up Jackson Ferris. And when the Dodgers posted a highlight reel of one of his starts, all Cubs fans were in a collective fainting spell. And I'm like, I realize the Cubs have Cade Horton, Ben Brown, and Caleb Killian still in the system, not to mention Jordan Wicks and Javier Assad. So calm yourselves. But so yeah, those were kind of like the big additions for this Cubs team that I can. Obviously, they also brought in, who else did they bring in that I feel like I'm forgetting someone that like on their bench that they brought. Oh, Garrett Cooper. Garrett Cooper is making the opening day roster with Patrick Wisdom on the IL to start the year. Yeah, our outside of that, the lineup is largely the same. Projected opening day lineup is going to be Ian Happ, Seiya Suzuki, Cody Bellinger, Christopher Morel, Dansby Swanson, Nico Horner, Michael Bush, Jan Gomes, and Mike Talkman, who's going to be our DH this year. So that should be.
Sick.
I'm excited. I'm shout out to the Palatine Pounder. I thought it was the Palatine Punisher, but I looked and found his nickname, and it's the Pounder, which I kind of
feel like both have been used, but
I also feel like both have been.
I like Punisher better, just to be perfectly honest.
It does, yeah.
But yeah, this Cubs offense there's some really good pieces. Obviously, Morel, Bellinger, like this Cubs offense has a chance to be like top 10 in baseball. Not top 10 in the NL would be bad, but top 10 in baseball. I think they have the potential. They got some good power. They got some guys who can hit for average. Nico Horner is only going to continue to improve as a hitter. I think he'll actually hit double-digit home runs this year, even if it's just like 12. That'd be still nice. So
maybe a 40-10 season. 40 stolen bases.
That would be nice.
He's been working out. I mean,
yeah, I think this Cubs offense is going to be really good this year. We'll see how the pitching does, and Brayden, you'll get into that. But between Bellinger, Suzuki, and Morel, I think those are going to probably be the Cubs' best 3 hitters this year. I'm expecting big things, at least offensively.
You could easily see 90 home runs between those 3 guys this year. My
back.
You're
not gonna I'll just give you a quick sneak peek, really quick. You're not gonna like Brayden's bold prediction. I'm just gonna tell you that.
Yeah.
Oh, I already know.
You'll have to wait.
I'm waiting.
All right, go ahead, Brayden.
My big thing with this lineup is 2 things really. Is one, if you kind of look at the lineup compared to last year, Jackson, you already said that it's pretty similar, but the biggest difference is some of these guys are in different orders. And the biggest one is Bellinger. Ross had Bellinger cleaning up last year, not hitting third. And you need your best hitter to hit third. But he had Bellinger hitting cleanup. So I think that's already going to drastically change the lineup. You have Ian Happ, who's an on-base machine leading off. I think that's a really good option. I kind of like Nico in the leadoff spot just a little bit better, only because of his stolen bases. And so maybe Happ hitting 9, in my opinion, would be a little better. I mean, I'm a college kid, not a baseball manager, so what do I know? But then Seiya Suzuki, I mean, over a 400 batting average in spring training, 6-7 home runs in spring training. I mean, this guy could be the Cubs' surprise hero of the season. I mean, 30 home runs, maybe. I would say maybe around 270, 280. I mean, his insanity run at the end of last year was incredible. And if he can continue that into this season, I mean, the Cubs' top 3, good luck.
Yeah. And I just think, like, I actually like Happ leading off because he's still got decent speed. And I think I like Nico a little bit down further so he doesn't have that pressure of having to lead off. Plus, Happ is a switch hitter, so regardless of who the opposing side throws out there, they're going to be in a good spot leading off because he takes a ton of walks.
Sure,
which is the big thing. So,
yeah.
Just give us your thoughts on the Cubs rotation and pitching staff as a whole.
Yeah. I mean, Justin Steele, I mean, he's coming back from his best season in the league, followed by Kyle Hendricks, the professor. I mean, he was quality. He did everything the Cubs needed him to do and a little bit more. Had a 3.74 ERA last year. And then adding Imanaga to the rotation, he'll make his debut when the Cubs open up at Wrigley. So that'll be a huge thing. He had over 20 strikeouts in 12 innings in spring training. His fastball is incredible. It spins so much. blends in well with his changeup and his breaking balls. And then Jordan Wicks, I'm really excited to see what he does in his technically rookie year. He's got a nasty changeup along with a really good fastball, and his spring training was spectacular. And then Javier Assad, I mean, the Cubs Swiss Army knives. He'll start out in the rotation this year because of Jameson Taillon on the IL. But I mean, this kid is going to be one of the best 5 starters, I think, in the league. His sinker is incredible. It starts in one batter's box and breaks right into the right-handers. So I think this rotation is it the best that I think it could have been? No. I mean, maybe a Blake Snell or Jordan Montgomery in there would have been a little nicer, but Mississippi fastball at the top, I think, is going to be really, really good. Followed by Hendricks and Wicks in Texas. Those are your first 3 guys that you'll see. I think those are going to be some really, really, really good games. Hopefully low scoring. But I like this rotation. I really, really do. I think Tommy Hotovy and Craig Counsell have a really, really good group here. And then once Jameson Taillon comes back, he had a really good end to the 2023 year. So hopefully when he comes back, he builds off of that. I'm sure mid-April he'll be back. So I'm really excited for this rotation. Really, really excited.
Yeah, I think this rotation is banking on a little bit of potential, which can also be scary because we don't know how Imanaga is going to do in his first year in the MLB. Can Jordan Wicks repeat what he did at the end of last year? And it's the same thing with Javier Assad in the starts he had last year. Can he do the same thing while we're waiting for Taillon? Was Taillon's first half of last year an outlier? And will most of his season be maybe a little bit worse or maybe a little bit better than his second half? That's going to be the major questions. And then there's just where do you think this Cubs bullpen kind of stacks up with some of the rest of the major leagues? Like, I don't think many compared to the Astros 1, 2, 3 of Abreu, Presley, and Hader, but I think where do you think this kind of whole staff kind of ranks up there?
I think it's in the top 10. MLB.com had them in the top 10. They were tied for 10th of best bullpen in the league. Drew Smyly as the lone reliever, I think, is a really good option. He did well in the bullpen last year, struggled in the starting rotation. Started out well, but then he started to struggle. I am really, really excited to see Luke Little in the bullpen. 6'8", left-hander, flamethrower. He should be a really, really fun option. And if you remember, the Cubs didn't really have a left-hander in their bullpen last year. They had to use Mark Leiter. So that'll be a really fun option. Yency Almonte struggled last year, but did really well in 2022. Jose Cuas is back, the sidewinder. Kind of reminds you a little bit about Steve Cishek, if you remember old Steve Cishek.
Oh, yeah.
And then the big 4 for me. I mean, this caps off the whole bullpen. You got Julian Merriweather, Mark Leiter Jr., Hector Neris, and the big man Adbert Alzolay. Those 4 guys, if the Cubs have a 2-3 run lead in the 7, 8, 9 inning, I feel like the other team just should go ahead, pack it up, go. I mean, you have to face maybe 3 out of those 4 guys, including Adbert as one of those guys. That bottom of the bullpen feels really, really good. I know that whoever's on the starting hill that day is going to feel really, really good when they leave in the 7th inning and those guys are coming in, because that's going to be a lot of heat coming out of the bullpen. Mark Leiter's nasty splitter, and then Adbert's coming in to say, play that damn song. So let's go. I'm really excited for this bullpen.
Yeah, so I know I have a big fan of Jose Cuas and Cy here. Just how happy are you that he's actually going to be in the major leagues this year?
He got the last bullpen spot, and I was quite happy about it. So we cool. We cool.
So shout out to Jose Cuas. Yeah,
shout out Jose Cuas. That's the goat.
Yeah, So yeah, I think you're kind of spot on with that. I think there are definitely some bullpens that are better, but I think the Cubs is definitely stacks up with some of the best in the league. And yeah, I'm excited to see that one game of like Neris, Merriweather, and Alzolay to end a game.
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh my
The
gosh.
first time
It is.
that happens, it will feed families.
Yeah. When I was making the preview, I was struggling. Like, who is going to be the setup guy? Like, they have 3 of them between Merriweather, Leiter, and Neris. So, and then Adbert's got the 9th inning and held down, and Adbert was really, really good in the closing role. And I was looking through his stats the other day. It's so crazy. Like, he was a starter. Like, this guy started like 20 games 2 years ago, and now he's closing down games. And that didn't really even happen until the end of May last year because they had Michael Fulmer closing.
Yeah, which was not good. I'm sad they didn't bring back Michael Fulmer because I thought he was pretty good. But
he was really good in the second half. Yeah.
But I thought they filled in some spots nicely. So let's not dilly-dally anymore. Give us your prediction for the Chicago Cubs this year, record, place in the NL Central, and how far you think they'll make it in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think, as unbiased as possible, I do think the Cubs are the best team in the NL Central. I was looking around on Baseball Reference the other day, and they still think the Brewers are winning the Central. I don't think that's happening. Sorry. Cubs took your manager. Orioles took your best starter. Not happening.
And injuries have taken your second best starter and closer.
Right. Yeah. Cincinnati, to me, is just they're too young yet. I don't think they have the team dynamic yet to win the Central. Could they maybe be a sneaky wild card team? Maybe if Ellie DeCruz is consistent at the plate and their starting rotation works out. And then Cardinals.
Go off right now. I want to see it.
Should I? I don't want to, but should I? I feel like I should.
Go ahead.
I mean,
this is what we're here for. This is what's going to make the clips later.
I've said this all year, and mind my language. Trying to clean up my language, but what the fuck is your starting rotation? I mean, Sonny Gray starting on the IL, and then you have Lance Lynn in there. Sorry, but just no. Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt are on their way out. Jordan Walker, okay, he's fun. Dylan Carlson, he's fun. Oh, but Matt Carpenter is there. He's back too. I mean, it's like the St. Louis nursing home is.
Oh, and don't forget Brandon Crawford.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, don't forget Brandon Crawford.
Yeah, he'll be ready for a 220 average season. Anyway, and then obviously
I agree.
Pittsburgh.
I agree wholeheartedly.
They're not there yet. But back to it. I do think the Cubs are the favorites. I do think it's going to be close between the top 3 teams again. So I like the Cubs. I like the Cubs for 90 and 72. I don't see them really creeping above 95 wins. I think 95 is kind of the ceiling. I just think they're still kind of missing that one, just like punch player. And I think that player could be Seiya Suzuki this year, who could maybe lead them past 95 wins. But I'm comfortable with 90, 72. So I think they win the NL. They obviously will be third in the NL playoffs. But I think they just make it to the NLDS. I said losing 4 games to the Braves. The Braves are really tough. The Dodgers are really tough. So I don't really see them making it past the Braves. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but 90 and 72, I think that's where they're at.
I can see that. I think that's very measured, optimistic, but also very measured. It's
a more conservative approach.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and give mine. I actually had the Cubs 1 game better than where you have them. I have them at 91 and 71. I kind of agree with that 95 win ceiling at the absolute most. Obviously I have them winning the NL Central. If I had to go a 1 through 5, I'd probably go Cubs, Reds, Cardinals, Pirates, Brewers. I think the Pirates are primed for a better season, and they were near 500 last year. So I think they'll be pretty good.
O'Neal Cruz is back. Yeah.
O'Neal Cruz has been raking in spring training. We'll see if that translates to actual baseball, but he's looking good. I just think with all the Brewers' injuries and losses and potential to trade more, like a Willy Adames or something at the trade deadline, I think they'll probably end up finishing last in the NL Central. Pirates will just be a few games better. I think the Cardinals will have a much better season than they did last year, but I'm not expecting a 20-game turnaround. I expect more of a closer. They'll be around 80 to 83 wins like the Cubs were last year. And then I kind of trashed on them pre-show with Cy, but I think the Reds, they have talent.
Reds.
Yeah.
It's just going to come down to if like all those question marks hit. Is Hunter Green going to be good after missing a bunch of time? How is the rest of the rotation going to do? Is Jamer Candelario going to be a good fit for them? How are they going to do without Matt McLean for a little bit? Can Ellie De La Cruz hit over 220?
Yeah.
At some point. There's a lot of question marks, but I think they have some talent. They showed it. They were beat the Braves for a couple of games last year when Ellie De La Cruz was on his Linsanity run. So there's a lot of question marks, but at the same time, there's a few less question marks with the Cubs this year. There's still some major ones, don't get me wrong, but I think the Cubs are in a much better prime position to win the division. I think they have the best combination of hitting and pitching in the division, because I think even with the Brewers' injuries, I still think they have a really good pitching staff. The Cardinals have really good hitters, but their pitchers are very mid outside of Sonny Gray and some of their guys in the bullpen. And then the Pirates, they have some decent pitchers and they have some decent hitters, but no one's like that guy yet on either end. Maybe you want to say David Bednar for their bullpen is probably the closest they have to that.
And then he could probably be a trade piece. I am not sure what his contract is, but he could. People are always looking for bullpen arms.
It's possible.
It's possible. But if they didn't trade him last year, I would be surprised if they did this year. And then the Reds, outstanding hitting group. It's just going to come down to if the pitching finds their potential. So, yeah, I think the Cubs still have the best combination of both. I actually have them getting past not only the wild card, but getting into the NLCS. I have them. Let's see, where did I have them? I sent this earlier. Let me find it really quick. Where are you? There we go. Yeah, so I have the Cubs over the Padres in the wild card, the Cubs over the Phillies in the divisional before they lose to the Dodgers in 5 games in the NLCS. Even though it would be hilarious to see the Cubs, like even if they saw the Dodgers earlier in the playoffs, like take them down. I think by the time we get the playoffs, the Dodgers are just too big of a juggernaut for a team like the Cubs, who still has some question marks to take them down. And who knows? Obviously, you and I would love to see it, but I just don't know if this year that would happen. So
yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, we'll get a little preview of that here in a couple of weeks when the Dodgers come to Wrigley Field. So we'll see how they stack up.
Yeah, it'll be a good indication because I believe, let's see, if it's Imanaga for game 1 against the Rockies, it's then Assad for game 2, and then for game 3. So that means the Cubs would start the series. It would be Hendricks, Wicks, and Imanaga against the Dodgers.
Yeah, which that could be fun. Imanaga against the Dodgers will be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, so that's really going to test their mettle because I feel like Justin Steele would do fine against the Dodgers. It's the rest of that rotation that I would really need to see.
Yeah,
and we're going to be able to see it, which is going to be great. So, but speaking of the Dodgers, let's go ahead and now switch over to the team they'll be taking on opening day tomorrow, and that would be Cy's Cardinals. Cy.
Okay.
What's going on in St. Louis? What's going on in the Gateway City?
The Gateway City. We're optimistic. I think that's the best. Yeah, I know. That's what to put it. We're optimistic. Spring training didn't go how we wanted to go. We have some lingering injuries that are kind of metaphorical. They're affecting us in the beginning of the year. But we'll start out with the rotation. Rotation's going to be mid. I know that. A lot of Cardinals fans know that. Miles Moustakas, he's our opening day starter because Sonny Gray's injured. He didn't do great last year, but then again, no one of our pitchers have that great last year. So that's really like the question is, what is pitching going to do? Because we know we're going to get out of the offense, but Miles Malkus, we're hoping for 5-6 innings of 3 to 4 run ball to just keep us in the game. Lance Lynn, I mean, he's looked fine, but he's old. You never know what's going to happen there. Kyle Gibson sucked all spring training, but then threw 9 Ks against the Cubbies like 2 days ago. The sweeper is looking kind of nice, but outside of that, I mean, it's probably going to be batting practice. I mean, he's here to eat innings, and that's just this harsh reality. Steven Matz can be good if he's healthy. It's just being healthy. And then Zach Thompson is filling in. He's a southpaw. He's filling in for Sonny Gray right now. And I mean, he's got a little bit of potential. He was a first-round pick in 2019. Like, he looked okay last year. Just, it's the question mark is going to be the starting pitching. It's what are we going to get? How many innings are we going to get out of it? Can Sonny Gray carry this team to a postseason berth? Like, that's just the question. But then we go to our bullpen, and our bullpen is looking a lot better than our starting rotation. Ryan Helsley is going to be our closer again this year. He's looking healthy. He's still got his filthy fastball, filthy curveball. Giovanni Gallegos and newcomer Andrew Kittredge are going to be the setup men. Both are rock solid in the 7th and 8th inning. Like, they're consistent, about that low to mid 3 ERA. Kittredge is coming off of Tom John surgery, but in a couple innings last year, he looked okay. And then he was elite in 2021, getting an all-star berth. So I like that. Jojo Romero is our go-to lefty. We got him from the Phillies for Amundo Sosa. And he's been a little roughed up this spring. Then again, spring training. I mean, if you do good in spring training, does it necessarily mean you're going to do good in regular season? Not exactly. But Jojo's our go-to lefty. As far as I know, he's going to be splitting a little bit of the closing duties with Helsley when need be. He was closing games for us last year when Helsley was injured, and he was good. He's electric. He's known for the clip of coming out of the Phillies bullpen and like shotgunning a Red Bull and like spiking on his cleats. That's him. He's electric. We have Matthew Liberatore in the bullpen. He's actually looking okay. Like, I know. Yeah, you can. I know what you're gonna say. Yeah, we traded him for Andy Rosarena. We wish we had.
That wasn't even it. I was just referencing what I said last week the first thought when I think of Matthew Liberatore.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. I don't care.
Bad.
Liberatore will be as a second lefty. Will be fine. He can eat a couple innings when need be. He's our metaphorical long reliever, but he's looked good, and he's got that sort of confidence back. He got shelled last year. 6 ERA last year, kept going back and forth. He was a 4A pitcher last year. So if we can get a good season on him, that's going to be great. Andre Palante, he's a righty, but he's serving as our third lefty when push comes to shove. He's put on a lot of work at driveline over the offseason. He's got this like death ball, basically, which is just a curveball that just straight up drops. Like, no movement at all. It's just it's filthy. Then we got our last 2 bullpen slots to split out with 2 newcomers. Riley O'Brien, who we got from the Mariners for like cash considerations. Sub 2 ERA all spring. Filthy. His pitches move like more movement I've ever seen. And he's looking like a steal if everything from that he's been doing in spring training jacks over to regular season. And then Ryan Fernandez is a Rule 5 guy we picked up from the Red Sox, and he secured our last bullpen spots. And I mean, I don't know much about him, but for what I'm seeing, he's a solid righty. He won't be like great by any means, but he'll get the job done. So I like the bullpen more. I wish we would have got another starter, but John Mozeliak came out at the end of the offseason and said, I'm going to get 3 starting pitchers. And he got 3 starting pitchers. Are they the greatest starting pitchers? No, not at all. Like, no, they're old and they're not good. Our youngest starting pitcher in our rotation is 33 years old. That's our youngest guy. That's a problem.
Sonny Gray
This is
is good, but
Oh yeah, no. Sonny Gray finished second in the AL Cy Young last year. He's an ace. Outside of him, we have an ace and 4 4s in our rotation.
Yeah, I mean, I do like at least I know they're all old, but I do like Matt and Michaelis is kind of like
They're
a
bound
little
to
bit
bounce
more.
back.
Yeah,
They're bound to bounce back because they have shown that they can be good. They can be in that 3 ERA range. Like Miles has been with us for a while, and he's coming into this year like with a lot of confidence, which is something that I like to see. Brayden, stop laughing. I see that. You're just snickering over there.
I'm up here.
I know. Look, the rotation's not great. I know that. Every single Cardinals fan knows that. And if something's going to hold us back this year, it's going to be these guys. All they're known for is eating innings. That's why we brought in Lance Lynn. That's why we brought in Kyle Gibson. Because last year, what's our problem? Cardinals not getting innings out of the starting rotation. We were pitching Jake Woodford and Jack Flaherty and Adam Wainwright and just expecting something to happen. We were pitching nobodies in the second half of last year. Like, who's Andrew Suarez? Who is all these random nobodies we were pitching last year? That is our problem. These guys are at least somebodies. Yeah, they're not great. Kyle Gibson had a 4.76 ERA last year. He pitched 190 innings. That's great.
Didn't he
Lynn
lead
had
the
like
league in hits given up?
Yep.
Kyle Gibson.
Yep. And
Yep.
then the other one gave up
And
the
Lance-
most
and then
home
Lance-
runs in the league.
And then Lance Lynn gave them those home runs. They
Well, why not get one? You better get the other.
They're not great, but they're names that you know, and they're going to eat innings. And that's really what the Cardinals were going for, rotation-wise. And that sucks. It's not great. When you're trying to win division, when you have a manager who just got an extension coming off the worst season that St. Louis has had in a long time, it's not great. But the bullpen looks good, and that might be our calling card. Just the rotation needs to get us 5-6 innings. The bullpen can come in and they can lock it down. That's the only reason why I feel any sort of optimistic rotation-wise.
So what I hear is they're gonna pitch. They're gonna lead the leagues in innings pitched, but they're still gonna have like a 5 combined ERA.
Oh yeah, more probably. Like Sonny Gray will be below.
Again, Shohei 2 for 13 with a homer so far on this side of the scorecard. First pitch swinging. Oh, and first pitch crushing.
That's gonna be Miguel Amaya against Lance Lynn this year.
Miguel Amaya. That's
I love how you said Miguel Amaya is insane. But anyways, into the offense. Wilson Contreras behind the plate, former Cubby. With all the drama on his name last season, he actually had a good year. Like he had one of his better offensive seasons that he's had in a while, and the defense is only improving. He worked with Yachty a lot in this offseason, and he actually has a competent backup catcher this year. So he's not going to have to catch 140 games. He'll catch maybe 120, 110, and our backup, Ivan Herrera, who's been a highly talented prospect in the Cardinal system for a bit, he's going to be behind the plate. He kind of popped off in the Caribbean Series this year, and he's been raking in spring training, which is something you'd love to see. The infield, Goldschmidt at first. He's out of his prime, but he's still got something in his tank. He's run that drive line. He tweaked up his swing a bunch, so hopefully we don't have another down season of him. Brendan Donovan / Nolan Gorman will be at second. If they're both healthy, they're gonna be like the vital parts of this offense. Like, they're not the Arenados, they're not the Lars Newbars, they're not the Paul Gochos. Like, these are the guys that we need to be firing all cylinders. Donnie can play everywhere. He's actually healthy now. His arm's all good, which is something you love to see. And Gorman's only improving defensively. He's actually an average second baseman now. And with his bat that can produce 30 home runs easily from the left side, it's great. You love to see it. Mason wins at short. Kid, he's young. He former two-way guy. Can throw a ball 100 miles an hour from the infield. The bat's getting there. He's gonna probably only have like an 85 OPS plus, but his DRS, his defense is gonna be like 9. Like, it's gonna defense first, but he'll get you a gap hit. He'll get on base. He'll steal a couple bags. He's young, and if he doesn't if he doesn't do good, we brought in Brandon Crawford as like an insurance clause, which I just really we just want the whole retirement home on this team, and I really just don't like it. But like
I gotta
at
go
worst
somewhere.
case, they have to do something, and at worst case, Mason Wynn's learning from Brandon Crawford. Crawford has multiple Gold Gloves. He's a World Series winner, not
Crawford
the greatest
is a good
offensive
defender.
hitter, but at worst case, Wynn is learning from Crawford all year, and that's only going to help his development. Because if everything goes right, Mason Wynn will be our first like cornerstone shortstop since Ozzie Smith. Like we haven't had like a legit shortstop that's like stayed since Ozzie. So
You mean like you mean that Johnny Peralta and Aledmus Diaz were not the faces of the Cardinals shortstop rotation?
they were supposed to be, but they weren't. Like Wynn has the potential to actually be something. And then we brought in Matt Carpenter because we just wanted to bring the whole squad back. And I mean, he had a good spring. And if he didn't have a good spring, I was going to be really upset. But he had a good spring. I can't say anything. He'll be in the DH role. Donovan will be in the DH role. Gordon will be in the DH role. It's going to be a revolving door for the most part. But I like the infield outside of Brandon Crawford. Just I don't like Brandon Crawford, but I mean, hey, if he doesn't play that much, then that's cool with me. But that's probably not going to happen. Outfield right now as opening day, Jordan Walker is in right. He's got the offense. He's got the bat. He's only 21. Defense is still iffy, but he's been working with Mo McGee every single day to get better. And I'm expecting a Jordan Walker breakout year. It's what everybody's saying. Him and Gorman, if they take a stride forward, we're going to be in a really good
People
spot.
are saying.
Yes, people are saying. Not Cubs fans. Cubs fans could care less about anybody on this team, but people are saying.
So less.
Oh, we know. Victor Scott, the second, is going to make his major league debut tomorrow, starting in center field. Elite speed, elite glove, average to above average arm. It's not the greatest, not the prettiest, but he's an uber athlete. He's like a Stewie Ruiz. That's the best way to put it. He's got that defensive prowess, if not better. Lacks with the bats, but he's only here because Dylan Carlson and Tommy Edman are both starting the year on the injured list. But I'll get to them in a little bit.
Was Carlson? If you're getting to it, so you can wait. Was Carlson? Did he hit the IL because of the collision?
Yep.
Oh wow. I never followed up with that.
Sprained AC joint, so he'll be out for 4 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we have Alec Burleson, who's going to be in right. I mean, he'll end up getting some DH reps afterwards, but he's only really in right field right now because of the injuries in our outfield. We have 3 outfielders down right now. So that's why Victor Scott's here. That's why Alec Burleson is here. Then we have Michael Ciani as our 4th outfielder. And frankly, he's only here because of injuries. As soon as Carlson comes back, as soon as Carlson and Tommy Edman and Larson Bar come back, he's going to be in AAA. He's a death piece. But they gotta fill the spots. As the injured list, Larson Bar's on the injured list with broken ribs. He'll be out a few weeks. Sonny Gray's got an arm lat strain. We're hoping to get him back within the 2nd or 3rd week in this like April range. We're hoping to get him back. Tommy Edman's recovering from a surgery on his wrist that he got in the off season. Very delayed in his progress. He should have been back right now, but he's nowhere. He's not really close, which sucks because he's supposed to be our center fielder. Dylan Carlson, who had a rather actually good spring training, which is insane to say because everybody's like, "Oh, Carlson's gonna be the 4th outfielder. Carlson's gonna be the 4th outfielder." But then we got word of Tommy Edman, who's not gonna be at all ready for the beginning of the season. So they're like, "Okay, DC3, whose jersey I have on right now, is gonna be in center field." And then gets injured because Jordan Walker is not great in outfield. To put it frankly, Jordan Walker should not
really lacked fundamentals on that play.
Oh no, the lacked every bit of knowledge that he had, but
there was 0 ball knowledge.
Oh,
No.
there was negative ball knowledge, actually. Why did he do what he did? It beats me. But Carlson will end up being the fourth outfielder once Newt and Edmund are back. But even then now, it's like with Tommy Edmonds are a utility guy. If need be, let's say Wynn is struggling, Tommy can go back to shorts and DC can confidently be in center field. Keenan Middleton, who we brought in the offseason, he's injured with it's like some sort of arm shoulder injury. Not sure on his timetable. And then Drew Rom, who's a nobody, who I don't really care for, he's injured, but he's one of our depth starters. So as to how I'm like feeling about the team, it's optimistic. I feel good about the offense. Everybody knows they have a chip on their shoulder. Nobody wants to repeat the 71-91 season we had last year. That's obvious. Oliver Marmol got an extension, which I don't really agree with, but even then, Mike Matheny got an extension and got fired a year later. So I've seen it. Mike Schultz has come off a posting birth and got fired. Like I've seen this front office fire people when need to be. So it's very it's almost make or break. Goldie's a free agent after this year. There's no promises we bring him back. Arenado's is basically his last year of his prime. We have the young pieces. We definitely have the veteran pieces. It's just going to be can everything click together? Can we stay hot and can we stay out of the drama? Which only time can tell.
So what is your like official prediction for this year for the Cardinals?
Now I'm really on the fence because the biased fan in me thinks we're winning the division, like easy, like 87 wins. It's going to be another low NL Central winning
87 wins.
Yeah, 87 wins is going to win the division. The Central's still not that great. Like the Cubs got a little bit better, but you guys are still, in my eyes, the same as last season. You got Imanaga back and you lost Drummond. You guys are still an identical team. Yes, you guys have developed, but it's between the Cardinals and Cubs for the division. As to who takes it, I think it'll be within like a game or two. But I'm saying 86, 87 wins for the Cardinals. As the
division winner?
Yes, as a division winner.
Yeah. You could have said wild card team and saved yourself. It's like it's not even like, oh, I don't want the Cardinals to win the division.
I wasn't done. Done.
Sorry.
I said,
so there's no wild cards that come from the NL Central?
Oh, no way.
I actually agree with Cy on that. There's no way an NL Central team is a wild card team.
There's no way.
Did you just see Will Smith and the Dodgers 10-year extension, $140 million?
I was gonna get there, but I didn't want to talk over my stuff. But yeah, no, that's
sorry.
So you're good. No, you're good. But
I'm just trying to break news here on Beer versus Ivy. I just wanted to win the club.
No, you're good. No, that's all you. That's all you. The biased fan of me thinks we win 87 games, we win the division. The unbiased, realistic fan of me, we're like an 80-win team. We're not gonna make the playoffs. It's the Cubs division. That's realistic. Or there's a way that I can see the Reds making a run if the Cubs choke. That's the realistic fan of me. We're probably second or third in the division. We're not going to make the playoffs. There's going to be a lot of change in this next upcoming offseason. But if the offense clicks and the bullpen is elite and our rotation is at least average, the division can be ours. But a lot of things have to go the Cardinals' way in order for it to happen. So peak. So we'll just go. We'll go. Our ceiling is like 87, 88 wins. Our floor is about 80. We can be anywhere between. There's even a world where we go 75. We get 75 wins, only improved by 4 games, and a lot changes. But you have to be optimistic. If you're a Cardinals fan right now, you have to be optimistic with everything that's happened, because we actually did something in the offseason. It wasn't the greatest moves. We definitely overpaid a bit, looking at how everything else that happened. And we also seeing that Jack Flaherty and Jordan Hicks, two pitchers that we let go, are now doing great with other teams. So there's a lot of questions about the future of this team are going to be answered this year. If we do bad, our whole pitching department is getting fired, and we're going to rebuild for 10 years. That's going to suck. If we do average, we're going to do the same repeat cycle of, we're going to win, and we're not going to win. Or we actually exceed expectations and actually make the playoffs and maybe win a series. It's unlikely, but you have to be optimistic.
Just as something just popped in my head now, I have two things. One, where would, like, if the season goes terribly, and I would say you probably wait until the off season, where would you want to send Nolan Arenado so you could get the most out of him? Because I don't think you would trade him at the deadline, because then that's just kind of the full sale like flag. You trade him in the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
So where'd you want to send him? And number two, it's my turn to break some news, because 7-Eleven is introducing a hot dog flavored sparkling water. You're
not being for real.
I'm serious.
That sounds so disgusting. Anyways.
But yeah.
Anyways.
Not breaking news. That was not. I was
That
ready for
was not
something.
breaking.
You hit me with
Yes,
that.
it is. I didn't say it was baseball related. I didn't
You're
make
right.
that the qualifier.
Okay, so as to where Arenado goes, I really don't want to think that. So I'm really just trying to think of what's a team who could need a third baseman. Toronto's the first place that comes to my mind. We could definitely take a couple of their top prospects. Take a flyer on Alec Manoah. There's some shape, ways, and forms that I say Toronto if I had to send them somewhere, but I'm really hoping that doesn't happen. That's just being realistic. I hope that we don't get there, but yeah.
I know. I kind of joked around earlier about Arenado and Goldschmidt, but Arenado is still arguably the best third baseman in the NL. I mean, definitely the best defensive third baseman in the league.
Yes.
And his bat is still there. Same with Goldschmidt. So I think the Cardinals, they definitely have the foundation or the right blueprint, right? They have these two veteran guys, and they have young guys surrounding them like Carlson and Walker and Wynn. So you hope that those two mentor their younger guys very well.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, the Cardinals are kind of if they have a average, below average season, they're definitely they're not gonna. I don't think rebuild. Definitely,
we're gonna
reload.
retool. I don't see Gold.
Right.
If we have an average, below average year, we're not gonna re-sign Goldschmidt, because Goldschmidt's probably gonna ask for a lot of money because he's a free agent at the end of the year. Our rotation's gonna have to get overhauled again because a lot of the contracts are gonna be expiring. We don't really have much. We have some pitching coming up, but our pitching development has been in lieu for 6 years now. We can't develop. Everybody leaves our farm and gets a lot better. So that's really the burning question. That's really that's the burning question. It really falls down to the offense is going to be fine. No matter what happens, the offense will be fine. The offense is going to do the numbers it needs to do. It comes down to what will the pitching rotation numbers look like? Because if it's bad, something's going to change, and it's going to be this whole pitching, all the pitching coaches and everybody are going to get fired. So that's the real question. But
yeah, it's not Mike Maddox there anymore, because he's with the Rangers, right?
Yeah. I don't even know who our pitching coach is. That's all. Oh, it's Dusty Blake. It's Dusty Blake. That's who it is, and he's not the greatest. But hey,
well, as Cubs fans, we know what it's like to have a Dusty who's not very good with pitchers. So we feel your pain.
Then he goes
all
to
right.
Houston.
Yeah, I mean but Houston had such a good pitching staff that he didn't really have to do anything. He could throw out anyone and he'd be fine.
yeah.
But all right. that was
On-
awesome, guys.
yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Sai.
Cool. Yeah.
I was gonna say on the topic of pitchers,
Yeah,
I
go
think
ahead.
it's time for a tier list.
I heavily agree. Let's
A
go
tier
ahead.
list.
Oh
Yes,
yeah, you didn't.
you
know
get to
this.
be
Yeah,
part
no,
of a
you
tier
get-
list.
You get to be part of a tier list.
Yes, let's go.
And I would have to say, this is gonna have to
Golly,
be pretty
that's-
rapid fire.
That's a lot of players.
I have to take the glasses off. I actually have to look at these people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Oh yeah, no, we gonna be here.
this is
a
gonna be
minute.
rapid fire. This is gonna be rapid
Gonna-
fire just
yeah.
because we're already almost at an hour and a half, and
Yeah, we're not.
there's a ton of pitchers here. So
Yeah, no, we're rapid firing this.
I think the best way to do this is just pick out people who we know and then get to the rest later. I don't think
All
we
right.
need to go in order for
Sure.
this.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, well,
So
first
first one
things-
I see is Eduardo Rodriguez.
good.
Perfect. Clayton Kershaw.
All star. He's still.
I'd say all star. Yeah.
Okay. Spencer Strider.
Elite.
Elite.
Okay. I believe this is Yusei Kikuchi.
Average.
Average. Yeah. I would say average.
That first pitcher is Kyle Bradish, and Kyle Bradish is arguably an all star.
Oh, he is an all-star. I don't think
he
it's
was
even
an
an
all-star.
argument.
John Gray is that
That's what's
Ranger.
John Gray.
and
He's average. Yeah. Yeah.
He's average. That's Logan Gilbert, I believe. That Mariner. And I want to say Logan Gilbert is
He's got a really. He could. Yeah.
all star. Yeah.
Top end. Then we have, I see Justin Verlander here.
Verlander.
All star.
Yeah,
He's still. If we throw
I put him
Kershaw
right
on
next to
All-Star,
Kershaw.
Yeah. Pablo Lopez. I kind of want to argue to put an elite, but no, all star. Top end all star.
Yeah.
Let's
Framber.
see. Framber.
All star.
Yeah, I put him
Yeah.
ahead of Verlander and Kershaw.
That A is Paul Blackburn, and he's below average.
Wasn't he their best starter last year?
Yes. And now they have Alex Wood, so they'll be saved.
They'll be
Yes.
safe.
Let's
That
see.
that Oriole that you were just on that's Dean Kramer, and Kramer's average.
That is
Gosh.
Dean Kramer. I couldn't remember. Let's see. Kodai Senga.
He's
I need to
borderline
see-
all-star.
But I need to see more year at him before I put him in elite. That Dodger is Bobby Miller, and Bobby Miller's back end all star.
Okay. Who is the
Steele's
starter
got it.
for the Braves?
Is that Max Fried? Let me look it up. That might be Max
I
Fried.
think you're right. That sounds right to me.
That's not Max Fried. Max Fried has a beard. We'll get back to him.
Okay. Brayden, I'll let you take this one. Justin Steele.
I gotta say all-star. I can't give him elite status yet because he only technically has had one good season. But yeah,
Corbin,
right there.
Corbin Burns elite. Corbin Burns
Yeah.
elite.
Oh, yes.
Burns elite. There he is, Jose Quintana.
Q, you got to put Q in good. Q is good.
Yeah. All right.
That Mariner is George Kirby, and George Kirby is top end good.
Is that and then that Philly is that
Is that
Suarez?
Taijuan Walker or Suarez?
Range Suarez.
Suarez was good last year.
Back end good.
Yep.
Carlos Rodon, it goes in the hell tier. You're not telling me otherwise.
Our
you.
first hell tier.
And it's Carlos Rodon where he belongs.
I'm gonna throw.
Woodruff.
Brandon Woodruff.
I'm gonna put him back end of All Star. Just he's not gonna play this year, but he's still really really good.
God, these are a lot of names here. Julio Urias is there, and he needs to go way below the hell tier.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Add row below. Let's call it super hell.
Super. Oh.
Are like redacted. Super hell works too. Okay. Let's see.
I see you, Darvish here.
You Darvish All-Star?
I mean, borderline elite, maybe.
I'll put him. I'll put him in between Steele and Lopez. I think that's a good spot for him.
Steven Matz, average.
Where is Steven? Where am I blind? Where is he?
Third row,
There he is.
average.
I see Tyler Glass now there in the second row there, middle second.
row. Oh, there he is. I would
All-star.
say, yeah. I'll put him ahead of these
There's a lot of
fellows
all-star
just because there's not a big a sample size.
Blake Snell is
Where I saw him earlier, now I don't know where he is.
second row there on your right there.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Oh, hold on. Not hell.
Yeah, yep, there you go.
All-star. Or do we put him in elite?
Who?
Blake Snell?
I mean, I
Yeah.
would put him ahead of Steele though, just because he did win the Cy Young.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Scroll down. That first Padre, that is Nick Martinez, and he can go in below average because he's not the greatest.
Okay.
That Tiger is Tariq Skubal, and he can
He's
go
gotta
in
be-
top end good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hold on one
Top
second.
end.
Sorry, just gotta.
Top end good.
Is this Diamondback? Is that fought?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait. Let me double check because I don't want to accidentally mess that up.
Because it's not Gallon or Kelly. I
Yeah,
can
that's
tell you
spot.
that.
That's
Yeah.
spot.
He's-
Average for now.
Put it top end average.
I see Alex Manoa there in the second row, right? Near the
Hell.
end. Super hell, maybe.
Yeah.
No,
Super Hell
no.
is for off the field reasons.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
he had
okay,
like
okay.
he had like a
Why-
really bad season, but like he wasn't a an SA to someone.
Yeah.
I see.
That national is Patrick Corbin in the top row, and he can go in hell.
Back end of hell.
Yep.
Back in the hell.
I think
Uh,
this
good
Philly
spot
here
now.
is that Aaron Nola.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
I'd say good.
Yeah. Top man good.
Yeah.
That second red is Andrew Abbott, and he can go
hell.
top end average. Hell, that works to me. That works too. We can put Abbott in hell.
No, he was good. He was good. Is
Kyle
this-
Gibson below average. He's in the second row right next to Marcus Stroman.
Okay.
Gibby below average.
I see Luis Castillo a couple rows ahead of him there.
Let's see, Luis Castillo.
Elite. I see him.
Where-
Second row.
Yeah.
Second
Keep
Right.
going, second row.
Right.
Ah, there he is. I see him.
Dang.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, I'd be fine with elite.
I'd be fine with Elite as well. He's
I'm
my
actually-
bold prediction to win AL Cy Young. I think Castillo has it.
All right, since we already talked about him, Marcus Stroman, average.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, kind of above average there. Yeah.
All right.
Um,
I feel like this Angel is like Patrick Sandoval or Reed Detmers.
just a second. I'm not looking. Which one?
This one right here.
I can't
First
see your
row
names.
in between the Mariner and the Guardian.
That's Tyler Anderson.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Below average.
Yeah.
Below average.
I see Joe Musgrove there, and the Philly to the left of him.
That's Taiwan Walker. I feel very confident in that. Or
Yeah,
who else? Or what is it? Sanchez? Is that
Who?
this Philly next to Joe Musgrove?
That's Tom Walker.
Okay.
Tom Walker average. The first Mariner in the first row is Brian Wu, and he's average.
Okay.
Him, yep. And that other one is the other Mariner in the first row is Bryce Miller. He's also average.
Okay. Put them right next to each other. Then I believe this Brewer is Freddie Peralta.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can say good.
he's good.
He's top end good. I put him right next
Yeah.
to Nola. And then we already talked about him, Joe Musgrove. Would he say he's all-star?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would we say Nathan Eovaldi's all-star?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where is he, the Ranger with the mustache or the Ranger to the right?
Ranger to the right. You're on him right now.
All
right. Jesus Sanchez was right next to him.
The
Marlin.
Okay.
Top and good, I would say.
Yeah, Jesus Sanchez. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's. I'll put him ahead of Schoolball.
I see the professor there right by him.
Average,
yeah.
Dylan Cease? What do we think of Dylan Cease?
Let's see. Why am I blind? Dylan Cease.
Third row.
Third. I see him now. I'd say he's top end good. He kind of fell off from an all-star.
Okay. That works with me.
But he still has a high ceiling.
Yeah. Oh, not you.
Yeah,
sorry, Steven Matz.
While we're at it, Miles, Milkus, average, please.
Hell.
No, can't put him in hell. I decline. You're not putting him in hell. He's actually average. Sorry. No. Then put Hendricks and Stroman back there then.
What? Okay, I will concede Stroman, but I'm not conceding Hendricks. Hendricks was better than Stroman for the totality of last year.
Yeah, way more consistent.
Okay, whatever.
That Ranger with the mustache in the second row.
That's Dane Dunning.
That's
Dane
what
Dunning.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
Dang, I'm so good at this. Average.
But I'm at Kikuchi.
And then right where you picked him up, there's a giant to the left.
This one with the gray beard.
That's
yeah, but
this one.
I don't know. See where your mouse went. Yeah, get in there, Si.
Oh, is it?
There's
3 I see right now.
Okay. That one that you're on right now, that's Logan Webb. Logan Webb Elite.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's who I was originally thinking of. Who the guy with the beard there was. But
and this one you said was Alex Cobb with the gray beard.
Yes.
I'd say average.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, I'll throw him right here.
Sure.
And then this last giant. Who is this?
Hold on. I think I know who it is when we look.
I see Chris Sale next to him. Chris Sale, maybe still high good. Maybe.
Held here for personal reasons.
For Chris Sale?
Yes.
Why? What did he do?
Why not? What hasn't Chris Sale done? Hell.
He's been injured. What do you want him to do?
Yeah, so what do you want him to do? For being hurt?
Whatever. I don't think he's doing good, though. He's like average at best now. Sorry.
High average?
High average. It's the highest I'll go is high average.
Good looks with super help.
Hey, I'm telling you. Only he will be in there. Okay. I know who that giant is. That giant's Alex Wood, and Alex Wood can go in hell.
Yeah. Had a Patrick Corbin, but yeah.
Yeah. Patrick Sandoval. We were talking about Patrick Sandoval. He's the angel on the very bottom. Angel on the very bottom. Okay. That's Patrick Sandoval. Patrick Sandoval, good.
Okay, 1 second. We'll put him behind Kirby.
Sandy good.
Did we do Framber yet? Is that Framber?
We did.
Second?
This is Christian Javier.
Javier's good, I'd say.
Yeah. 1 second.
This is hurting my head. There's so many names.
I know.
Can we just do like aces next time?
I tried looking for one, but it had like Corbin Burns still with the Brewers and then Kyle Bradish with the Orioles.
Well, this one still has it. Like what? Okay. Whatever.
But I mean, like at least we can rank them individually. And
right.
Max Fried. Max Fried's at the very bottom. Yep, right there. No.
There he is.
No. That's Charlie Morton. That's Max Fried.
Okay. All-star.
Yeah. I saw Dane Dunning. Hold on. I saw that glasses man.
Oh wait, then who's the Ranger we put in that had the mustache?
I don't know. Doesn't matter. In there.
Yeah, okay.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it is Dane Dunning. He does have the glasses. Yeah. I see J-Mo in the second row there. I mean,
based on last year, top
Yeah,
end
yeah.
of below average.
Yeah. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt, but
Jordan
there's,
Montgomery.
Is that the Ranger I'm on?
Yep, that's Jordan Montgomery. Jordan Montgomery, average.
I gotta feel
Maybe
like he's good, right?
good. Yeah.
Oh, I
Bottom
meant to say
good.
good. I meant to say good.
Yeah. I'll put him ahead of Quintana.
Yeah, no, nothing.
Let's see.
Who are some of these people?
I think this one right here, I think that's Hunter Green for the Reds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd go top good, below all-star, maybe.
I don't know. I feel like
middle.
Yeah, I'd put him ahead,
Middle
like
good.
behind Scooball, but ahead of Javier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Sonny
that
Gray
Lance-
is in that second row. Sonny Gray is in that second row.
I know he's going to be in the Twins hat. There he is.
Yep.
Yep.
There he is.
Based on
Gotta
last year, All-Star.
Gotta put him All-Star.
Super. Just kidding.
Damn. Crazy.
All right. There's Corey. I believe this is Corey Kluber, right?
Dude, that's Lucas Giolito.
They look similar, okay?
Dude.
I don't blame him. I do.
He's wearing a Guardians hat. What did you expect me to say?
There's three Guardians in a row there in that third row. I don't know which one's Shane Bieber.
This
Shane
last
Bieber's the
one is
first
Shane
one.
Bieber.
No, Shane Bieber's the first one.
Really?
Yes.
Who the hell
Yeah.
are these two then?
Hold on. I got you.
I'm putting Bieber in top of average.
Really? I would maybe
Yeah,
maybe a
he's
little bit
fallen off every single year since his Cy Young season. He's still decent, but not great.
Garrett Cole is there in the fourth row.
I see him.
Yeah, elite, obviously.
Hold on. Are you putting him number one right now?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd go number one. Yeah.
Okay.
Who else we got here? I know. Is that Lance Lynn there?
Probably.
Should be in a Dodgers hat or no, White Sox hat.
White Sox. Yeah. Cy.
Below average.
Yep, that works for me.
The
That first Guardian in the third row is Gavin Williams, and he's average.
Okay.
Zach Wheeler, we can put in elite.
Yep. Put him ahead of Castillo.
Sure. Okay.
I feel like this Blue Jays Kevin Gausman.
Yeah, that's Gosman.
Top end
Gausman
All-Star.
Yeah, top end All-Star.
Who's that
Um,
Japanese twin there?
That's
very
got to be
familiar.
Maeda, right?
yeah, that's Maeda.
Yeah, Kenta
Maeda average.
Maeda.
What row is he in?
Bottom row there. One more.
I see
over.
him. I got him.
That A there, or not A, Diamondback at the bottom. Is that Merrill Kelly or is not Merrill Kelly?
That's Merrill Kelly.
Yep.
Is it
Zach Gallen wears glasses.
Oh, Zach
Zach
Gallen's
Gallen's Zach Gallen's 2 over.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's who I was not who you have now, but yeah, that's who I was talking about there.
Merrill Kelly. Yeah, Merrill Kelly can go in good. I like that.
Zach Gallen.
Zach Gallen. Nope,
Do we-
that's no.
I know.
no.
I'm just.
You're
I got
close.
him.
You're close.
I got him.
All-star.
Want to say elite?
I want to say elite, back end elite. He's like like him or Gosman. Like I'm taking Zach Gallen.
But see, I feel like if we go there, Blake Snell's got to be elite.
Okay, yeah, no. I think Blake Snell should be elite. Yeah, put Blake Snell elite.
Right.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Josiah Gray is that national in the bottom row,
Bottom row. There he is.
and he can honestly go back end good.
I agree.
He was quite solid.
Who's that Cardinal at the bottom row there, Cy?
That's Matt Liberatore. Puts you in hell, big boy.
Actually, I'll put him ahead of Alex Wood and
He's very top end
Patrick
hell.
Corbin.
Top end hell.
I'm gonna keep Manoah at the top just because.
Actually, no. Tubby should stay up top.
Hey, he lost like 40 pounds.
I don't care. Tubby should stay up top.
Nope. Get him into hell or Kermit here ASAP. What?
I want some
Who is he talking about?
I don't actually know.
It was 3 minutes ago. He made the comment. Who are you talking about, Jack?
We mentioned Charlie Morton there down at the bottom.
Yeah, Charlie Morton.
Average.
Yeah.
He's fallen off.
I'd say he's still average. He still gets some good.
Mackenzie Gore is the national in the second row.
Yeah. Okay.
Mackenzie Gore can go average.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him. I'll put him ahead of Stroh.
That A in the second row. That's not their prospect they had last year. Mason Miller is his name. Max Miller.
Mason Miller, I think, is right, but the name. But I don't know if that's him.
I'm double checking either. That's the only other A pitcher that comes to mind for me. Sandy Alcantara. There is a couple.
Oh yeah.
Not Mason Miller.
He's an all-star at least, right?
Yeah, I'll put him top end-ish all-star just because he is going to miss this year.
That's right. Yeah. Who's that Royal there?
Who's that Royal?
I don't know.
Mitch Keller is the Pirate right there. Mitch Keller can go top end good.
Yep.
Yeah, right below.
Although I will put him behind. Honestly,
Dylan Cease and Nola really should be an all-star when we were.
They should.
Yeah, they really should.
And honestly, I'm gonna put Brandon Woodruff in top end of good.
I like that. But then that makes me really want to put JV and Kershaw in good.
We can do that. That's fine.
Yeah, put JV and Kershaw in good.
And then Christian Javier. Oh no, Christian Javier is already in good. That's Framder.
No, I said put JV.
Oh, Verlander. Sorry, I heard the J and I thought Javier.
You're good.
Okay,
sure. We'll go with that. For now, we still have more names to think of. I'm like starting to get stumped just a little bit. Who is that?
Who is this Blue Jay in the
Jose
bottom
Brios.
left?
Jose Brios.
All-star.
Oh yeah, all-star for him. Yeah. Gosh, that Royal there at the bottom. That's got to be their. Who's that?
I don't think that's Cole Reagan's.
I don't think it is either.
So is that Brady Singer or something?
That's what I was thinking.
No, I think that is Brady Singer. If that's the case, below average. He has not been great. We'll go with it.
I will at least put him ahead of Lance Lynn.
Yes. She's actually Grayson Rodriguez is right next to the A, and he can go in good.
Yep. I'm gonna put him ahead of Sandoval.
Yes. Zach Eflin is the Ray at the very end of the first row.
Okay.
He can go top end good.
Okay, give 1 second.
He's actually very solid.
I'm actually going to throw Merrill Kelly here, and I'm going to move Woodruff back here.
Okay. So
I feel like one of these twins here has to be Joe Ryan.
Joe Ryan's the one with the mustache. He's average. Then Bailey Ober is the other one. He's probably top end average, back end good.
All right, where did he go? There he is. I'll put him back end to good.
I like Bailey Ober. Bailey Ober's got some decent potential.
That Rocky in the second row, first guy in the second row, that's their top guy.
Is that Kyle Freeland?
I think so. We'll go with that.
Below average.
Yeah. That red in the second row.
There's several reds.
I'm getting to the reds. I'm not completely there.
I'm gonna try and organize it by team a little bit.
The Red Sox there. Golly.
Isn't one of them Brian? One of them has to be Brian. That's
Brian Bayo.
I'd say kind of back end good.
Yeah, we go back end good.
honestly, wait a minute. Yeah, what am I doing here? Yeah, I'm going to put Jordan Montgomery ahead of Clayton Kershaw. What are we doing here?
That's rapid fire.
Yeah, we're rapid firing. Who are? Okay, I know one of those Reds is Nick Lodolo. I just gotta look up which one he is.
I feel like Michael Wacha is.
That it's got to be at this Padre, right?
That's what I was thinking.
Hold on. Which Padre?
The one in the first row, second
That is
one.
not Michael Wacha. That is
who?
I know who it is. Hold on. What's his face?
That
He's with the Royals now. Former Met.
Oh, Seth Lugo.
Yeah, that's Seth Lugo. Seth Lugo can go top end average.
Yep.
Okay, cool grades.
that
Bryce Elder is that first Braid in the first row.
They're like back end of good. Sounds about
Yeah.
right. Put ahead of Josiah. I'll put him behind Josiah Gray.
that first Red Sox in the first row. That's Cutter Crawford. I'd say below average.
I'm gonna
Okay.
argue and say average, like back end average. Carter Crawford has some potential to be good.
All right.
I also can't make Jack mad.
Who's that other Red Sox there?
Is this Tanner Houck or Garrett Whitlock?
Let me look it up.
Because those are the two other
Mm-hmm.
guys I know. Let's see.
Who'd you say Garrett Whitlock was? Because he's on the Red Sox now.
I think it's Garrett Whitlock.
It's this Red Sox pitcher from the first row, the fourth one.
No, I don't think that's him. I was thinking.
No, wait, I think it's Nick Pivetta.
Pivetta.
Oh, okay. I forgot about Nick Pivetta.
It's these faces aren't matching up to what. These faces aren't matching up to what this reference says. Actually, no, that is Nick Pivetta. Nick Pivetta below average. Boom. There we go. Go with it. If it's not him, womp womp. That first Marlin is Yuri Perez.
I would say good.
Yeah, I would also say good. And then
this is just huge.
I know.
This Angel has to be Reed Detmers.
Yes.
Okay.
The other Marlin is Braxton Garrett.
Okay, so I'm gonna put Reed Detmers in top end of average, and then
Braxton Garrett's also going average.
Okay, I'm gonna put him in between the Mariners guys. Who's this other Tiger? Is that?
Where is that?
It's not going to be Casey Mize.
That's who I was. Only other guy I could really think of from the Cardinals.
Because they have Skubal, Maeda. Who else do they have in that rotation? Who is the?
I got a couple of these Astros here. JP France in the first row, the glasses and the stash.
Okay, I'll put him next to Dane
sure
Dunning.
That's JP France.
And then the other one has to be Hunter Brown, right?
Yeah.
I'll throw him probably the middle of average. He had some good moments, but was a little inconsistent. Who else are we?
Brave? Who's his Brave?
Well, we got Sale, Elder, Freed, Strider, Morton. So this has to be Soroka or something.
That could be Mike Soroka, yeah.
Oh, where did Cy go?
No, it's just Ivy. No beer.
All right, hold on. Let me see. No, that is not Mike Soroka.
Not bad. Actually,
Yeah, it's not unless he shaved. Oh, wait. That is Mike Soroka.
Okay, cool. Mike Soroka below average. Boom. Easy peasy. That Ray is Taj Bradley.
Ah, okay.
Average.
Okay.
I got some reds here for you. The
Cool.
second red there at the group of reds is Graham Ashcraft.
Ah.
Average.
I would
Below
agree.
average, maybe. He had 476.
Andrew
ERA.
Abbott was the better lefty between those two.
Let's see who else.
Lodolo's the second one, I think.
Yes. Honestly, those two look very similar. So
yeah, and then Brandon Williamson's the other one. It's just
I guess you could tell it by the eyes is like the biggest difference.
I think Brandon Williamson is the first one there.
Okay. And if that's the case, I'm putting him in below average.
yes.
And then Lodolo, I'll throw somewhere here in the middle of average just because he didn't pitch last year. Who the heck? I think this is an Angel, this first guy.
Mm-hmm.
Who could that be? Because we already said Anderson, Detmers, and Sandoval. Who else is in that rotation for the Angels? And then I want to figure out who this other Blue Jay is because I feel like we're missing somebody big from the Blue Jays rotation because we have
Blue Jays. Chris Bassett.
Ah, that's right. I'm gonna throw him in good. All right, let's see.
I think I know who the Angel is. It's a stretch, but I think I might know who. Oh, it's Griffin Canning. The Angel's Griffin Canning.
Oh, okay. Dang. Okay, good stuff.
Average.
Yeah, I'll throw him behind Morton.
Now, who's that Oriole?
Well, we have Rodriguez, we have Burns, we have Bradish. We have did I say Rodriguez already?
I think it's
not Means.
I think that second guardian there, the two guardian is Sam Hentage. Hentage.
Below average. He's supposed to be a reliever.
Yeah.
I think we messed up one because I think that guy at the stash is Bradish. I think we might have messed up one. Or it's John Means. Because John Means isn't in there yet. And now we're missing him. So I'm looking at the depth chart right now.
No, this is John Means, the guy with the mustache. That's John Means.
Okay. So average.
Yep. I'll put on next to Kramer.
I know Ryan Pepio is one of those Dodgers. You know he's not technically a Dodger now.
I don't know who that other
Ryan Pepio is the Dodger with
the one with the long hair. Yep.
Average. You don't know what you're gonna get out of him.
Yeah.
I believe that last Guardian is Logan Allen, and you can put him in average.
Okay.
You think so?
We can go below average. We can go top and below average. But
who?
Logan Allen's got Logan Allen, the Guardian. Actually, no, just leave him there. Fuck it. It doesn't matter.
All right. Who's this pirate? Is that Rancy Contreras?
Johan Oviedo. I'm willing to put money on it because Johan Oviedo, you go in my personal hell tier. You're a former Cardinal.
Yeah, and he wasn't that great last year from what I can recall.
Baby. Gavin Stone is that other Dodger, I believe. Below average. Back end average, sure. Why not? I really don't know who that Tiger is. We're gonna look up the Tiger because I'm concerned.
So we have a Tiger, an A, and a Giant. And for those watching, thank you for sticking with us through this whole 2-hour episode and sticking with us through this tier list because we know you're the real baseball sicko. So we appreciate you sticking around.
They're like, how do these people not know these guys?
see.
Is that
Oakland.
Joey Wentz? Or, no, it's Alex Lange. Ooh, which one are you? It's not
I
Matt
think
Manning,
that A is Mason Miller.
Okay, we'll just go with it. Average.
Okay, give me 1 second.
No, it might be JP.
Matt
Sears.
Manning. The Tigers. Matt Manning. The Tigers. Matt Manning.
Ah, okay.
Below average. He wasn't that good.
Okay. Put him right here.
Then
That A
we'll
might
just-
be JP Sears instead.
Yeah, that sounds right. JP Sears below average. He wasn't that great.
Here's double checking.
Ace have Sean Newcomb.
Yep, that'd be JP.
And then Kyle Harrison is the Giants, and he can go on average.
Yep.
Dang. That.
Wow. How many pitchers? What did we have here?
I don't even know.
I'll have to do a count later, but we're not going to recap the entire tier list because that would take us another half an hour.
Yeah,
but
no recap.
The
We're
highlights.
at.
Yeah, we're almost at 2 hours. The highlights of it: we have Garrett Cole, Spencer Strider, Zach Wheeler, Luis Castillo, Corbin Burns, Logan Webb, Zach Gallen, and Blake Snell in Elite. Highlights of All-Star are Gosman, Barrios, Lopez, Alcantara, Darvish, Steele, Bradish, Musgrove, and Nola and Cease, along with Sonny Gray. And then I'd say the highlight of good is Jordan Montgomery, Freddie Peralta, and Merrill Kelly. And then all the way down, we have Manoah, Oviedo, Rodon, Patrick Corbin, Lucas Giolito, and then who was this Cardinal?
Matthew Liberatore.
Okay, it is Liberatore. Okay.
Libby. Okay. Cool. Great.
Nicely done, gentlemen.
And there are some names that are missing from that pitching list.
Yeah,
too.
I would say, yeah.
Like there's like no Jack Flaherty, there's no Walker Buehler, there's no Yamamoto. Like there's still names missing from that list, which is crazy. But good job, guys.
Excellent.
Excellent. Okay, Jackson, you know what's about to happen, Jackson.
Yep.
You know what I needed when we were doing that tier list?
What's that?
I needed some W energy. For those who don't know, W was formulated to give you focus and energy with no jitters or crash. Our formula contains vitamins, amino acids, and non-tropics, including the patented neurofactor. W energy contains no calories, no sugars, no maltodextrin, no fillers, and no artificial colors. And frankly, I need some of that trying to figure out some of those names. Because like I knew some of the names. Like don't get me wrong, like we knew the names, but we could have gone maybe like 5 minutes faster if we had some W energy in our system. So if this interests you or your family or your dog, actually don't give it to your dog. That'd be kind of bad. Use our code Third Down Thursdays for 10% off. And as always, thank you, W. And on that note,
there we go.
Oh, wow. And on that note, we are at the bottom of the ninth. We had a good episode. We had a long episode.
Yeah,
I mean, for good reasons.
Yeah, long episode for good reasons. So yeah.
how will you guys be partaking in opening day? I know Sai, you said you weren't sure how you're going to watch tomorrow,
I don't know. I have so much stuff to do tomorrow. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to watch it.
It's a 3:10 start, right?
Don't ask me. I don't know.
What? Fake Cardinals fan. Doesn't even know at the time of
Fake
opening
fan.
day.
Well, I have to interview my college president tomorrow, so I'm kind of worried about that right now and not when this baseball game is going to start.
It's a national holiday tomorrow. I'm sure.
I don't know. Sadly, I don't have the luxury to skip this,
Yeah.
but it's all right.
I'm at work tomorrow, so
You're at work at 6:45.
How was your catering order yesterday?
it was fun.
Yeah.
Order for the Brewers and the Guardians. So just to throw it out there, the Brewers will not be winning the NL Central. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it was cool. It was a lot of food. Both over $1,000 catering orders for their teams. So
Jeez.
But there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
So,
they had to deliver it right to their plane and whatnot. So, yeah, it was cool.
I was gonna
Nice.
ask, like, did you get to see any players or anything, or are they already on the plane?
No, I didn't get to deliver the food, and I asked the guy who did deliver it, and they said no, that they just dropped everything like off in front of the plane and then pretty much left from there. But no, it would have been cool though. I mean, that would have been quite an experience.
Say, yeah, because we need guests. I'd love to have
Yeah.
like Josh Naylor, or I'd even love to have Devin. Devin Williams isn't doing anything for 2 to 3
Yeah.
months, so
Yeah,
might as well come on a Beer versus Ivy.
see what we can do.
For real.
Yeah, I know our Chick-fil-A like is in touch with a lot of the professional teams just because we're located like right in the heart of the airport that's right there. That teams fly in and out of. So we do a lot of caterings we did one for the San Francisco Giants when they were down here in Arizona earlier this year at the end of the season. So maybe have to try to sneak a word in or two for the boys. No, the game's on ESPN though, so I'll have it on my phone. So we'll have to sneak it a couple times.
Yeah, and I will also be watching. I will find a way. Thankfully, the high school I work at during the week, they are on spring break this week, so I have Thursday and Friday off.
Solid.
So I will have plenty of time to enjoy some Cubs baseball this week.
Solid.
If that's everything, I think it's go ahead and be time for our final ad break. And it's because since we've talked about baseball, the Cubs and opening day and all that kind of stuff, it only feels right to bring in Craig Counsell to head us out for our final ad break. All right. Great job, boys. We will be back. At least I will be back at some point next week. We will figure that out. And hopefully I'm not working a morning again on a Monday, but who knows?
Hopefully.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for watching. It was really awesome. It will make sure to be tuning in to opening day tomorrow. We'll be at least I will probably be tweeting from the account throughout most of the day for anything that big that happens, first run, first hit, first strikeout, etc. Yeah, any last word from you guys before we send this out of here?
As always, thank you for having me on. Go Cubs.
You.
Yeah, no, stop it.
It's okay. He's an infidel. We can it.
You just take your 80 win NL Central champion and just go over there.
Let's go Cardinals, baby.
Oh my gosh.
St. Louis, stand up.
City Connects. How about what is the City Connect Cardinals jersey? Oh, they don't have.
Don't know. They
yeah. They're too lazy.
One this year. We're getting we're getting one.
Well, you're too lazy for the last 2 years to get one, so it's taking you long enough.
Beggars can't be choosers. Oh my goodness. So what?
There's a lot of begging going on with the Cardinals right now. A lot of begging to be healthy. So. Hey, we're hoping. There's a difference between begging and hoping.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever.
At least the Cardinals can get innings, I guess.
Yeah. The Chad innings eaters.
Yes, we do, baby. Yes, we do.
All right. See you all next week.